Tala is not getting up from that.
All right, guys, we soon going to talk about WWE Evolve, what happened on this week's episode. Tune in more at what I thought of this week's Evolve here at the Red Carpet Ring.
If you come at the king, you best not miss.
Acknowledge us.
Hey, guys, we're here at the Red Carpet Ring. We'll talk about WWE Evolve Week 22, recap 2025 version of Evolve. You guys get the likes as we come in. We about to talk about it. Now, Evolve kicked off this week. They kicked off with Callie Armstrong, the recap between her and Jin Tala. We know that Jin Tala has been gunning for Callie Armstrong's WWE Women's Evolve title. She's been going on after quite some time, and she, in the past couple weeks, have revealed herself as being the mystery attacker. All the women we saw the upcoming weeks who was the attacker, it ended up being Jin Tala. Now, Jin Tala wants to challenge Callie Armstrong for the WWE Women's Championship. That actually match started off Evolve, which was granted by the PM, which is Stevie Turner. Now, it looked like Jin Tala has some good advantage. She has a lot of offense going in, but Callie Armstrong bounced back real quick. She got the advantage. She started coming back, making her stops, shutting it down. Jin Tala did every sneaky move, every conniving move she could to get the victory, get the title. But she looked like, I would say, one of the biggest challenges of Callie Armstrong since she's been the WWE Women's Evolve champion. Callie Armstrong would finish out by hitting the Callie connection on Jin Tala and retain her WWE Women's Evolve Championship. So that's another notch under her belt. I would say besides Natalya and Jin Tala have been serious contenders. They've been the biggest challenges for Callie Armstrong, but she retains the title. Now, we did see Keanu Carver. They showed him backstage, and we saw the Vanity Project. Now, what was a big surprise is that the Vanity Project of Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor of the Swipe Right, they have made the match of their big man, Bryce Donovan, to go one-on-one against Keanu Carver in the main event of Evolve. Bryce Donovan was not too pleased to know that he wasn't notified ahead that he was going to be facing Keanu Carver, but Jackson Drake said, hey, take him out, because Jackson Drake knows that Keanu Carver is a serious threat to his Evolve championship. Meanwhile, we had a couple other matches that was also on hand. We did see after the whole Callie and Jin Tala match was done, Karmen Petrovic from NXT came out. She told Callie Armstrong, we had a one-on-one match for your championship on NXT, and it got interrupted by Jordan Grace a couple weeks ago. Meanwhile, we saw backstage that Karmen Petrovic talked to PM Stevie Turner. She wants that match against Callie Armstrong for her title because it got interrupted and never finished that match. Meanwhile, Tyra Mae Steele, she also came out. She says she's no more contender. So next week on WWE Evolve, it's going to be a match eliminator, and it's going to be Karmen versus Tyra Mae Steele. Whoever wins that match will go on to face Callie Armstrong for her WWE Women's Evolve Championship, which is funny because Tyra Mae Steele already won a triple threat number one contenders match a couple weeks ago, against Chantel Monroe and Kylie Ray. So I'm surprised they make her go through another loophole to get to the championship. But other than that, we had that match, and there was also a segment of Tate Wilder, and also we had Brooks Jensen, who just recently came to Evolve. They had a good little back and forth, so they're going to be feuding. Tate Wilder's tired people disrespecting him. He said first Rich Holland, and now we got Brooks Jensen. We did have a one-on-one match of Carly Bright versus Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu, she's been coming at her friend, which is Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray and Carly Bright talked backstage saying, Kendall Gray told Carly, once you done with say a piece for me. They had a one-on-one match. Carly Bright lost to Wendy Chu before, and the same happened this time. Wendy Chu will go on to defeat Carly Bright. Meanwhile, we did see Kendall Gray go in to console her friend, and I know Kendall Gray tried to look for still. She wants Wendy Choo, and that's what the feud's going to be. It's going to be Wendy Choo versus Kendall Gray at some given point. We know it's going to come down to that as well. So we had that match also as well. But the next match we did have, it was going to main event of Keanu Carver versus Bryce Donovan 1-on-1. Now these men, they was going at it. Bryce Donovan has some good offense on Keanu Carver. He has good power holds, but Keanu Carver, it's hard to hold that man down. It's hard to stop him, and he did everything he could. Now we saw that Vanity Project try to interfere. They tried to do everything they could to help Bryce Donovan win, meaning not so much interfere, but distraction, so to speak. And Bryce Donovan, he was putting Keanu Carver down, giving power moves on everything. It just was not enough. Keanu Carver came in, he hit his nice finish on Bryce Donovan, and then that was the end of it. 1, 2, 3. That was the end of it. Keanu Carver defeats Bryce Donovan on a 1-on-1 match. But other than that, though, that was pretty much the whole Evolve. Like I said, we had some segments here and there. I didn't see, there was no Ridge Holland this week. We haven't seen Chantel Moreau. We haven't seen Layla Diggs. Zara Zucker we didn't see. But I'm pretty sure we'll see him next week. Zeta Steele, of course, she with Vanity Project. She didn't have a match either. But we'll see what happens next. There was a lot of people I noticed that was not present for Evolve that we normally would see. But, they got to rotate the people around. But other than that, though, the show this week, it was a solid show. I know they're building a lot of rivalries on here for both champions, for Jassy Drake and Cali Connection. They both have some competition. They're doing everything they can to build that, keep that going, and it's been doing a good job for the most part. I know Jin Tala look like a serious heel. She gonna eventually get that title. Wendy Choo, I think she's just there to help put the younger talent over, since she is an older talent. But we're going to see where it's going to go eventually. But we're going to see how it's going to end out. But the show, like I said, was solid. It was some things I didn't understand about Tyra Mae Steele, why they make her go through these loopholes. She won LFG, then she won the #1 contenders match, and now she has to fight Karmen next week. So that I'm kind of confused with. I didn't understand that at all, of why they doing it that way with her. Like I said before, I still see Tyra Mae Steele. She may be on a chipping block, maybe to get released at some point, because it seems like her accomplishments don't mean much. That's at least the way I see it. Maybe they would treat her right otherwise, or maybe she end up getting the WWE Women's Evolve Championship in the near future if Jin Tala doesn't have it. But I just think she don't have it's no charisma with her. She's not over. That's just how I see it. Hopefully I'm wrong, but we got to see what's going to happen in the next upcoming weeks. But it's just nothing's there for her. All right, let's get on to the key moments of the show. Now, key moments, of course, is stuff that's going to be happening in the next upcoming weeks, or maybe next week. But there's definitely a lot of key moments we got to talk about that happen on WWE Evolve for this week that soon may happen, or at least I spoke about some of it already. But it's some things that's going to brew, that's brewing right now. And I can eventually see it happening. And we talk about next week's matches. One thing I will talk about is the fact of the matter is Keanu Carver has been on a roll ever since he did not win the Evolve Championship in a 4-way match. He's been on a quest. He had a quest to tear down everybody in the ID program, because he believed that they are the reason he's not holding a championship, because they all stopped him. So watch out for Keanu Carver. Could be the next champion. Meanwhile, I talked about this earlier. We're talking about Karmen Petrovic, of course, being the next challenger possibly the next challenger for the WWE Women's Evolve title. She's going to face Tyra Mae Steele. We got to see how that's going to go out next week, because next week, like I said earlier, it will be a women's eliminator match. So we're going to see how that's going to go. Tyra Mae Steele, I think, is going to win. But don't be surprised if Karmen Petrovic gets the win out, because she never finished her match with Cali. Also, we got Idris Enofe and Dante Chin They've been going at it ever since Dante Chen arrived on Evolve. And Neofe pretty much been healed ever since because he feel like he don't get that attention. But this is a good feud going on Evolve. Now, my rating on the show overall as a whole, I would have to give it a 4 out of 5. There were a couple things I didn't like, a couple matches I didn't like, a couple segments. But other than that, that's good. That's all I have for WWE Evolve 2025 Week 22 recap. You guys let me know what you thought of the show. Click the link below to the next video. Until then, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.